Over to topic 2. I want to talk about a little bit more video games with y'all. As I played some more demos, some of the demos, of course I uninstalled them. Some of the demos that I did play, missing from PAX East, and then some new games that I wanted to try out from like the 6-1 Indie Showcase and stuff like that. So I want to talk about those briefly for y'all and share my experiences. So first one, excuse me, both from the 6-1 Indie Showcase and PAX. Talked about it in last week's episode, but I didn't get a chance to play it, was Dark and Deep. So Dark and Deep, spooky podcast thriller game, first person, go around, solve puzzles, all that stuff. And the premise of this game is you have these picture frames that allow you to find either hidden items or take care of enemies that you are dealing with. I got the chance to jump into the demo this past week in stream. Healthy demo, very long demo. It's got like 3 parts involved with it, with numerous chapters. I mean, you blast through those chapters pretty quickly, but healthy sized demo. The spooks are there. Unfortunately, it's a demo. It's early. Little bugs I was running into. I couldn't see through the picture frame, so once it came to enemies, it was a little tougher to tackle those guys. And then I got stuck here and there in terms of like, what do I do next? So I had a fun time with it. We were very fortunate enough to have the dev come into Twitch chat and kind of help us along the way through some of those puzzles. Very nice gentleman. I had the chance to talk to him briefly at PAX East as well. But yeah, I'm excited to dive into it more. It seems not super scary. It was definitely uneasy at the beginning, but then learning a little bit more about the monsters that are involved, it didn't seem awful, maybe because I couldn't see them as well with the picture frame, but this is one I definitely am willing to give more of a try. It's not one of those like, I'm way too scared for this. No, thank you. Intrigued to see where the story goes. It seems like with this podcast, there's obviously the narrative of something happening, but then you and a friend from online are also talking about like, what do we do with our lives? What can we do to make this more meaningful? And like, I don't want to be where I'm at right now. I want to be more successful. So there's like multiple layers to this of like the podcast and then this chat and then the flashes of a memory that you're seeing of a car accident. How do these things overlay, intertwine, connect with each other? What is this twisted world that you're walking through and, you know, platforming through to get to the next chapter, get to the next obstacle? It's very intriguing, and I'm interested to see how the project develops and when it does eventually come out. I don't know if they have a full release date yet, but like I said, the demo is available and it is pretty sizable, so there is that. So I would definitely give that a try. Right now it says August of 2024. Okay, so relatively soon, but intrigued to jump more into that as it comes along. So Dark and Deep was the first one we played. After that, we jumped into a little bit of a racing game. We jumped into... where the hell is it? Yeah, of course. Now I'm going to... It's almost like I should have written this down before. Bruh, where is it? Oh, no. This is an audio podcast you chose to listen to, and I appreciate it. What? Alright, well, I guess I'll skip that for now. Next one we played after that was Snecko, a little farming adventure game, but you're a cat. So you and your friend crash on this, not deserted, but this island away from civilization, away from town, and you try and take the simple life. You're like, hey, we want to be farmers, we hate our office jobs, and we just want to do this and have peace of mind. You meet a villager on the town, or at the island. Oh boy. He helps you out, he takes you in, he's very kind and kind of teaches you the way, but warns you not to venture too far into the island, as it seems like there's an evil or like an unsettling energy that has kind of taken over the remainder of the island. You learn a little bit about the past, the history of, you know, it used to be this god and people were very supportive of it and had a good relationship with the higher power, and then there was a falling out as people started to lose faith and didn't keep up with it, and then it seems like the higher power kind of lashed back out, causing for this darkness to kind of go over top the island and not be fruitful as it once was. If you guys like Stardew Valley, this is Stardew Valley with a lot of like quality of life changes. From your customization, you can rotate specific items for your building for your farm to really decorate it and just make it however you want. There's grid placements if you want things super exact. Your harvesting is very good and clean, and like, just like I said, it's everything that Stardew does. And Stardew's a great game. It just adds on top of it and those quality of life things. It's very cute and adorable with the cats. I didn't get super far into it, but there's this whole system where you're kind of rebuilding the rebuilding the island to get civilization back there, build a town, make a bunch of friends, complete quests, farm, taking animals, all this stuff. It seems adorable. It seems like something you could definitely get lost hours and hours into. And there's that intriguing story there, like I said, of the whole higher power and like building that healthy relationship back into the land and the environment around you. So if you like farming sims, definitely highly recommend that one. It is in early access right now, so they're constantly tweaking it, building it. The devs are very nice as well. I met them at PAX East and had a very quick conversation with them, but they're very kind with their time. So Snacker was great. All right, going back to the racing game I totally forgot about, for some reason was not in my Steam library. It's Victory Heat Rally. This one was a blast. Talk about jams. Music kicked absolute ass. If you guys like old arcade style racing games, just skirting around on the track, drifting, all that jazz, Victory Heat Rally is for you. It's that arcade style. You're just going around, obviously doing the races. There's time trials. For the demo that we had here, there was like a tutorial level, 3 races, and then like a Grand Prix of 4, 5 in a row. It was a lot of fun. They got fun characters involved as well, different racers that you could do. You can customize your cars. I didn't mess around with that too much, but it's really, I would say the music is what makes this shine. Just makes it fun and exciting to race around regardless of the size of the tracks, which the tracks are also beautiful and have great environments along with them. There was a castle one. There was one with like sand dunes, I want to say, that we were driving through. Beaches, a lot of fun. Just very like that arcade style, just nostalgia. So very, very fun. Victory Heat Rally. No release date yet, but the demo, like I said, is up and out if you want to check it out. All right, after that, we did play 2 more. Next one we played was a game, again, I saw at PAX, but did not have the opportunity to play it just because that line was super long. This game is out now in full. It is extremely powerful capybaras. So you can play this single player, you can play this multiplayer. There's different classes that you can choose for your little capybara, but if you know what Vampire Survivors is, this is Vampire Survivors to the T. Just little cute capybaras and little enemies that you're fighting. So object of this, you need to survive for a certain allotted amount of time, and you are gaining experience with your capybara. The more experience you gain, you progressively, like any roguelite, will get more options to you of like, how do you want to upgrade? Do you want to do faster attacks? Do you want a different attack? Do you want more defense? Do you want healing? Whatever it is. And each level you get this option of choices. I think it's 3 choices per level that you can choose, as there's waves of enemies, or rather continuous enemies, just forming around you as you try and survive for this 20, 15 minutes, whatever it may be. Gathering different resources and trying to level up your capybaras to go from there. I can see how this could be fun and chaotic in a multiplayer setting. In a single player setting, it was okay. Those 15 minutes really dragged on towards the later parts of it. Granted, that was just one level. Maybe it's a little bit more engaging as you go on, or use a different character or whatever it might be. But yeah, it was solid. Like I said, it's Vampire Survivors. So if you really like that kind of just that roguelike element of how many villains or how long can I survive, then this is something up your alley with a very cute art style. So another fun one. Like I said, this one's full out now. So yeah. And last but not least, one I cannot highly recommend enough. This is one I saw at the 6-1 Indie Showcase. It is the Cryptmaster. So Cryptmaster is a... Oh, is this one also not in my freaking Steam library? Yo, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Cryptmaster is a dark puzzle word game. Yeah, you heard me right. Words. So Cryptmaster... In this game, you are trying to solve puzzles by either A, typing things in, or speaking things in. There's certain prompts that you can use to try and figure out what the solution to the puzzle you're trying to solve. So the demo that we did have here, you are interacting with this Cryptmaster. You're down in this dungeon, and you are stumbling upon, or rather finding, chests, boxes, these things that you need to open and figure out what the item inside is. So between you and the Cryptmaster, you are asking the Cryptmaster questions. What's the size of it? What's the smell of it? What does it feel like? The weight of it? Different questions. You can think of more, you have that freedom there. But you have a certain limited amount of guesses to get information of what that item is, and then you need to guess it. If you guess that item, you have 4 characters at the bottom of your screen. If you guess the item correctly, the letters of that item, for example, a shield, those will distribute to your 4 characters to solve their words. And those words that you're solving for the characters are prompts, attacks, actions that you can use with those characters. So, for example, we had Joro, Sin, Maz, and Nyx, I believe. And Joro could get an attack. He could hit, or you could have Maz do a stunning attack, and then Sin had a kick. Nyx had like a magic bolt they could do. And they have a lot of different prompts that you do when you come to this hand-to-hand combat there. Now, granted, if you're doing the vocal part, like I was trying to do, definitely recommend when you get into the combat part, just type everything out. It's a lot faster. But you use these actions to fight different villains and enemies in the crypt itself. Some will have more letters for you to solve, whatever like letters are involved in their name. You'll acquire those to use, or rather solve those words that are in your hero's puzzles as well. Or, for example, we ran into an enemy who had a shield, but on his shield was the letter B. So you can't use any words that have a B in it because he'll defend. So it's a short-ish demo right now, but it comes out May 9th, so not too much longer. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to dive into and kind of, test your brain. Nothing's really rushing you, so you can take your time. So if you're into things like a Wordle or Scrabble, Words of Friends, things like that, this is definitely up your alley and has that creepy element to it with the Cryptmaster. Like, what's his purpose? Is he here just to help you as an undead person, or does he have ulterior motives? But he's got a cool vibe to him. Like I said, having that voice part involved with it. Honestly, I wished it was a little bit more free in terms of like what I could ask. There was a couple times I asked something. He's like, what do you mean by XYZ? I don't understand. That has nothing to do with this thing. So there was that, but all in all, this was a lot of fun and definitely probably the one I'm looking the most forward to out of all these games that I did play over on stream recently. So yeah, Cryptmaster, I would definitely check out. This one is exciting and definitely has me interested with the puzzle mechanics of it. I don't know why fishing is used as a tag for this game. We'll have to see. But yeah, guys, I just want to talk about, like I said, some Steam demos that I played recently, ones I missed at PAX, and just some new ones from the 6-1 Indie Showcase, which once again, if you guys haven't checked out that showcase, you definitely should go over to youtube.com/61indie. They have their spring showcase. They do that every year, have rather done it the past couple of years to kind of kick off PAX East. 33 games in there that are newly announced, or just updates on them, so you can check those out, support those guys. They're great over there. and I learned about a lot of cool games from them. So like Cryptmaster. So you can check them out over there. Glad I got a chance to jump in and play these. And yeah, just looking forward to more games, which sounds silly because I already have a lot of games to play. So much good stuff out there. Well, everybody, this has been another episode of the Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast. My name is Bret, aka Enigma9011, and you can catch the podcast live over on twitch.tv/Enigma9011. You can drop a follow over there. You'll get notified when we go live, so you join in the fun and conversation with us. But if you can't catch it live, that's A-OK. Go over to YouTube and podcast services the very next week, where it's broken out topic by topic and put as one big video and MP3 for your amusement on the following Friday. Last but not least, wherever you're watching or listening to this, if you could drop a follow or a sub, it may seem small, but it does help the channel grow. So if you take the time to do that, we would love and appreciate you for it. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me today, giving this a watch, giving it a listen. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.